Hey guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Ducky was claimed by a female alpha, part 2. Run some brief information, just a couple things to get out of the way. Now, the pack that Ezekiel's, be the guest of, the nicest way of putting it, they're called the Blood Moons. It's pretty much the Blood Moon pack, basically. I just needed a quick name for their pack because I haven't thought that up and I don't have enough time to think about it right now because the time is ticking. It's almost 12 o'clock, so I haven't started recording yet. So yeah, so they're called the Blood Moon pack. Over the time Ezekiel spent with the blood of the Blood Moon pack, days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months. As the Blood Moon pack was quite they warmed up to Izuku quite fast. He spent the majority of his time helping out, the pack, what they need around the place. He, fixed he fixed a couple of things to get power to the cabins. And with the power of electricity, he's a pretty glorified, battery charger. So he could easily charge phones if he wanted to, or anything that requires a battery. Ezekiel noticed throughout this time, Luna has never made a move against the Silver Moon Pact. They're pretty much at a standstill at the moment, and this standstill lasted almost a year. As you have Luna in one of the rooms, she's figuring out how much resources they have to spare, and what they need to ration, and what they need to do to get more food. As I think I'm gonna have to send some of my scouts out to get some to scout out if there's any edible animals nearby. As there's a knock on her the door. Come in. Alpha, you wanted to see me? Oh, good. Please sit down. So, how's the human doing? How's Ezekiel been coping with everything? He's been here for a full year. He's actually, the Ezekiel, yeah, he's doing fine. He's playing with the children at the moment. I, I gotta admit, that Ezekiel, he surprised me. He surprised me the first time I met him. He's different. I pretty much kidnapped the guy, and he's never once showed any hostility towards any of us. Hasn't even tried to escape, not even once. He's had plenty of opportunity. And to find a human so acceptable towards the supernatural in general, it's amazing. He's different from the rest of the humans that know of our existence, especially that hunter family. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. Reporting. As the radio turns on, well, it's an announcement. Warning, we're issuing a mandatory curfew. There's there's been too many reports of mass disappearance at night. As the general population is sorry. There's a curfew. No one's out at night because of the ghouls. They've been venturing into the city. As several heroes has came across a couple ghouls and they were almost killed. During this time, Luna did give Izuku back his phone that she took that he had. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I mentioned it now. I just totally forgot about it. Sorry, guys. I normally don't forget about things like that, but sometimes it occasionally slips through the cracks. As he gets a phone call, it's someone he knows. This is Izuku. What's who's this? Sir, I'm the man you hired a while back ago to keep eye on the property. Did you did you see anything? What's the situation? Yeah, you're not gonna like it what we found, sir. Continue. Well, that cave you mentioned, it seems like they've been coming from there. I wouldn't dare send people in there. I wouldn't even send some of our vampire. I wouldn't even send any of our younger vampires. By the judge, how many numbers that's been in and out of that place, they must have a good amount of numbers. To get a good estimate, you're going to have to go there yourself. Understood. Keep me updated on the status of that. Keep me updated on the status of the ghouls. Understood, sir. As he hangs up the phone. Now, Scarlet did give Ezekiel a hefty allowance, so he kind of bought the property that was the old orphanage and the cave was on. That's Ezekiel's property. It's pretty big. It's just a random, uh, it's just some wilderness land. So no one owned it. It wasn't on anyone's property. So Ezekiel bought it. He wanted to keep. He wanted to buy that to keep it as a reminder. He also did find the old meteor rock, as he's before he got kidnapped. He was doing some. He had some people do research on it. As Ezekiel, he got curious of. He wants to know fully how does his powers work and how he even got it. Even though he tells everyone it is a quirk, but it's Ezekiel knows that it's not a quirk whatsoever. Well, kids, I have to go. I have to talk to your alpha real fast. We'll play later. As the kids whine, as they finally, something else caught their interest. As they've run off. As Ezekiel walks to the office, as he knocks, come in. Oh, Ezekiel, what can I do for you? Have you been keeping track of the news recently? Since past couple months. She's like, yeah. Then you are fully aware of the mass appearance of ghouls popping up all around Japan. Yeah, I'm fully aware. Well, I believe I know where they're where they're nesting. I need to check it out. I need to see if we need a. I need to see how much danger we're really in. You want to? Yes, I want to leave. Not like I'm not going to come back. I'm your prisoner, and I'm fully aware of that. You know what? Screw it. As she slams the papers down, you have my permission, and you're not going alone. I'm coming with you. As Alpha, are you serious? Yes, I'm not leaving. I'm not going to have him leave my sight. You haven't tried to escape yet, but you might try at some point, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I'll be accompanying you. This sounds like fun, anyways. Suzuki's been trying to keep people out of that area because that forest is dead quiet. As soon as they get, as soon as they leave their little where they've been housing at, the pack with Izuku and Luna, as they get to the forest, as it's dead quiet. There's not even birds. Animals avoid this area with a heated passion. This is definitely not good. If the forest is this quiet, then we must be dealing with a large group of them. Where's this cave, Izuku? I only been there once, but I think I remember. It's as a few hours pass as they finally get to the cave. As both of them hide behind a tree, as they see several different variety of ghouls. Ezekiel and Luna see a couple of ghouls, different reality. Yeah, I'm not going to say that again, but different reality. But yeah, different types of ghouls. Not all ghouls are going to look the same. Izuku, I'll get the one on the right. You get on the one on the left. As Izuku nods, as they are on the opposite side of the tree, as they sneakily, they both go behind the ghouls. As Luna rips off his head, as Izuku grabs it by the skull, as he fries its brain, as it drops down to the ground. As Izuku and Luna get into, as they're stealthily going through the cave, as they hear a lot of screeching noises throughout the cave, as they finally get to a major opening, as Izuku and Luna hide behind a rock, as they see thousands of these things. Ezekiel noticed a familiar ghoul in the middle of all this. Was in the middle of the room. As Ezekiel's eyes widen, you. Easy there, Sparky. Calm down. Let's get out of here. We're not prepared for this. As they go back the way they came. Listen, Luna, as they're running out of the forest, I need to contact my mother and set up a meeting with all of us. Excuse me? You want me to be in a meeting? You better not be thinking I think you're suggesting. Yes, we need a meeting with all of us. This is a major threat. There's too many of them. They could easily, take the city if they wanted to. It's only a matter of time before they get tired of scraps and goes in for a more lively food source. How did you even know about this place, Izuku? What are you hiding? I was. There's a orphanage not that far from the cave. That's where I was raised until that damn ghoul killed everyone there. I was the only survivor. If my powers didn't manifest at that current time, I would be dead. And yes, I do have a personal interest in this. I want to see them eradicated. And don't worry, you'll get something out of this. You could guarantee you that. Let's set the meeting up, and I'll explain everything in great detail. They get to the pack. As Luna explained everything that's going on, as Ezekiel answers her, as he calls his mother. Hi, Mom. Ezekiel, is everything all right? We have a problem. You know that land that I bought? Yeah, the orphanage that you grew up in? Yeah. I believe our problem with the ghouls. I believe their house there. I checked it out. I got some the person I had left in charge to keep eye on things called me, and there's thousands of them down there. Way too many. I need you to call a meeting with the Silver Moon Pack. The Blood Moon Pack will be there, and the local hunter family in Japan. If the hunters don't believe you, tell them to send a scout in the cave, but warn them that there's a good chance they might not come back alive. There's too many. Understood. I'll contact you when I get everything else set up. Understood. Plain Ezekiel. I'm not a patient woman. Listen, if you agree to work with them, excuse me, this keep an open mind, Luna. Very well. You're lucky that I like you. So what are you thinking, Izuku? Oh, okay. If you agree to help them, once we eradicate the ghouls from that land, you could set your pack there. What? I own that land, and I will let your pack stay there, and they'll be protected. No one will bug them. Your people. You'll be left alone, and the other packs won't have a say in the matter because I own the land. While your pack stays there, they're under my protection and my family's. What's your game, Izuki? What are you after? I'm not after anything. I simply offered you a deal, a place where you could sorry, a place where you set up camp where you won't be bugged and your people can be protected. I know why you started this little war with the other wolf pack, with the werewolf pack, but this would fix both our problems. The war would be put to an end, and you have territory. She walks up to Izuku as she hugs him. If you're telling the truth, thank you. But if you're lying, if you try anything sneaky, I'll kill you. I have no ulterior motives, Luna. I simply just want to help you out. Hmm. Very well, I'll agree upon the terms, except one major change. But I will not disclose that right now. So are we expecting get a when are we expecting to hear from her again? Knowing my mom, it shouldn't take too long. Maybe a day or two. Very well. I believe you have some work to do, Izuku. Yeah, I know. I'll get back to my maintenance, to all your technology they got roaming around here. Yeah, I know. The children love their little electronic games that you got them. And with your quirk, you're quite handy when it comes to charging batteries. Thanks, by the way. I know you didn't really have to do this. Help us out the way you have since you've been here. You've been here for over a year. It only seems like I met you yesterday and kidnapped you. Sorry about that, though. You're a sweet guy. It's just I had no choice. I understand it was a matter of survival. That I understand. 2 days has passed. As you have Scarlet in her office with the leader of the Alpha of the Silver Moon Pact, and with the head of the Hunter family. As Scarlet sees a woman walk in with green hair. So you must be the famous Scarlet. It's nice to finally meet you. Yeah, please come in. We're waiting for one more. So little news been telling me that you've been, fighting a war against another pack. We You knew about that? Yeah, my family likes to keep track of, things like that. And for the reason why we're here, yes, I'm fully aware of the ghouls and their current numbers. After Scarlet called me, I had some scouts scout that area. Yeah, they need to be eradicated. They should have never got to that number in the first place. Stupid city and their damn laws. It's bad enough we have villains going around the city and doing God knows what. Now you have these ghouls kidnapping people, and the likelihood of any of them being alive is doubtful at best. As Inko sees a young man with long green hair with a white hair werewolf. So that must be the other pack. What was the human? What was the boy? Ezekiel, it's so good to see you again. Please sit down, son. He is my son, Inko. Why does that kid look so familiar? As she can't put her finger on it. As she recognizes Ezekiel, but she doesn't know where. Go ahead, son. This is all you. Thank you, Mom. I've been having a close eye on these ghouls, and they have a pretty much a whole nest down there. Numbers about maybe a couple thousand. I'm not sure how long they've been holed up on there, but they're the main reason why the orphanage in the area was massacred. And how would you know that? As Inko, put a question up. It's because I was left there as a kid before I was adopted by my mother. Listen, these ghouls have become a major threat. They're not just threatening the humans. They're threatening everyone. So what I'm suggesting is we put away our differences at the moment and eradicate this threat. The Blood Moon Pack has agreed upon Ezekiel's plan. I have one extra demand, but beyond that, we're on board. I never wanted to start this war with the Silver Moon Pack, but I was left with less choices. It was either that, it was either war or death. I will not allow my pack to die off. You understand that, of course, as an alpha yourself, as a leader. I'm fully aware. And Ezekiel has offered me something too good to pass up. After we eradicate, if we eradicate these ghouls, Ezekiel's offered the land to me in my pack. And if everything goes according to plan, there won't be a reason to finish the war, to to continue our conflict between our two packs. Very well. What is your condition, Luna? Simple, Scarlet. As she points at Izuku, as everyone's confused. Since I became alpha at such a young age, I had several werewolves trying to claim me as a mate. I've never, none of them were worthy of such an honor. But Izuku, on the other hand, he's different. He has proven himself to me. It's a simple question, Izuku. I will agree to your plan as long as you agree to be my mate. Are you serious? I mean, I know we got along, but I don't think we've ever been that close. Yes, not going to deny. I am attracted to you, Izuku. I've been attracted to you since the first day we've met. The first day we met showed what type of person you really are. That's why you're worthy to be my mate. My bloodline needs to survive, and Ezekiel's the perfect match for me. So, what's your answer, Ezekiel? Ezekiel, whatever you decide, you have my full support. Whatever it is. Thanks, Mom. Fine, Luna, I accept your terms. As she grabs Ezekiel by the shirt, pulls him close. I am going to mark you, by the way. Mark my territory. When we're, when we're, when we have a private moment. What? I'm not familiar with what you mean by mark. You see, my kind marks our mate, and I will mark you. I will mark you. It will signify that you belong to me. That no other werewolf will get any cute ideas. Um, Izuku's plan. We all agree. No, Izuku's only agreeing to this because it's not a bad deal on his on his part. He gets his land cleared up. The ghouls will be no longer an issue. He only has to promise himself to, basically a werewolf. So he's willing to sacrifice that for the eradication of these of these monsters. Ezekiel hates ghouls majorly. How much the ghouls terrified him when he first saw them, and all the constant nightmares he had during the kid when he was growing up. That fear turned into hatred. He despises ghouls with a passion. They're nothing but mindless creatures. That's not too far off from the truth, in this story at least. We'll return here in about 2 weeks, and we'll deal with the ghouls then. You have any objections to that? No, I'm fully acceptable to the terms. As everyone leaves, as Inko leaves the house, the manor or whatever, immediately she left the house and got into the car. She turned on her phone. Take me back to the family house. Yes, miss. I need any information on a boy named Izuku. I want to know who he is. Something about him is really familiar. I feel like I know him somehow. Couldn't it be Izuku? Couldn't it be him? As she's trying to deny it as much as she can. As there is a connection between her and Izuku. Something in her past that she kind of regrets. We're leaving now, Izuku. As Izuku says bye to Scarlet, as he promised to call her a few days before the operation. As they leave, as they get back to the pack house, as she's like, "You're coming with me, Izuku." As she, tugs him to her room. As she pins him to the bed. Sorry about the Izuku, but this is gonna hurt. As she bites down on Izuku's neck, marking him. As she And as she got done after that one bite, as she's like, "I'm sorry about that." As the first time is always, I was told it's quite painful. As she tries to get a medical kit that's in her room, as she sees, it's no bother. As Ezekiel grabs her by the wrist, it will heal on its own. Side note: she didn't turn Ezekiel. She does marked him. To turn, she has to go. She has to shapeshift into her wolf form to do that. So that's how I'm doing it in this story. So that's how that works. Like she could choose who she wants to change and who cannot. So that's just how her deal is. She's a she's a pure blood. So she lays back down. And she's lying down on Ezekiel's chest. Ezekiel, for the longest time, I didn't know what to do with you. I had no clue what I was going to do. I didn't want to kill you because you're too sweet for that. Listen, Ezekiel, now you're mine. I can offer you to become like us. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's your choice, Ezekiel. But I would not hate the idea that me churning you. You don't have to answer right now, Ezekiel. Give it some thought. The offer is always open if you want it. I just want you to be around long enough for to have our spend good quality time with you. And being a werewolf, you will have a better lifespan than normal humans, so you'll live a lot longer. I'll give it some thought, Luna. I've never even thought about either me becoming a werewolf or vampire. I just never really came to my mind. But I'll put it under advisement. I'll give me a couple weeks and I'll come up with an answer. Very well, Izuku. Now shut up and get closer. Well, and get the blanket, please. As they're laying in the bed, cuddle up. As being highly affectionate. Izuku's not used to seeing her so affectionate. She's usually pretty headstrong and aggressive. But she does have a soft side that Izuku's the only person she showed this side of her before. Some of my pack think I am cruel and aggressive. I have to be a proper leader. But I'm really not that at all. I just have to. It's nice having someone to show my true self to. Someone that won't try to take advantage of me. And I think you're smart enough to know that that won't end well. Yeah, I know. No reason to threaten me. I'm not threatening you. I wouldn't threaten my new my Izuku. I guess you're not really my captive anymore. But you upgraded to being a captive to being my boyfriend. So I think you didn't do too bad for yourself. Let's go to sleep. As they sleep for the night, and we're gonna stop it there. Yeah, good spot to leave it off, and I hope you guys have a good night and day, judging by time zones, or wherever you are in the world at the current moment. I'll catch you in the next video.